Hello everybody, Danny Smith. Today I'm going to talk about my starter box and how I've got it set up. I see a lot of starter boxes that look all clapped out and half the time they don't work and everything. I was going to tell everybody a way to do it, a good box to use, a way to set it up to where it's good and reliable, and how I did it. So, and how I've got mine set up. So here we go. Alright, the starter box is an OFNA box, which is pretty popular, has been for years. It's I bought mine from Dial to RC Hobbies. It's an imitation of the OFNA box because I guess they don't make it anymore. Whatever, you can't find them, but this is the exact same thing. So OFNA box is pretty common that you see all over the world. So I've got a wrap on it by Jason Darling at BP Designs. He does an incredible job. He's got the wraps for that and the radios and everything. He does a crazy job, makes it look pretty sick. One thing I added is arrows. Always put an arrow somewhere, whether you draw it on there or whatever, put an arrow in the direction the car goes. That way your pit guy knows how to put the car on in an emergency situation, whatever. Mine, I even put a little sticker that says rear. Had front on there, it's worn off because I've been using it a lot. So anyway, we'll dive into it here. It comes with these brackets on it to mount your car on, and I'll use my old D817 to show you that. So you basically just set the car on there with no engine in it, get it to where the flywheel, the wheel sits in there where the flywheel goes. Then you adjust your screws to where the car sits in it tight. Then you'll be able to set the car in and start it no problem. So that's pretty simple. These pieces come off of there. These little pieces go in here. You screw them down. There's a screw here and a screw under this little rubber piece that holds that in. There's one here, and then this one has one screw going in here to hold the top on. So I keep that screw on there on mine when I'm using it, just because it flops around really easy. So the box has two motors, same old design as a OFNA, and it has a battery tray there. So for mine, I have the regular wires run to a Dean's connector. Then I have an XT60 E-M mountable XT60 mount for my head warmer. Okay, so you got the screw on XT60 plug on the side, so you can plug your head warmer in. It's real convenient. I'm going to show you how I got that set up. Okay, and for batteries, I use ProTech 2100 4S to run the starter box. For the head warmer, I use a ProTech 2200 3S battery. This battery could probably be a little bigger. It'll only run the head warmer 2-3 cycles, and that's pretty much it. But you can recharge it; it's no big deal as long as you stay on top of it. So what I did is I took the regular battery mount, and I've got a TLR Velcro strap. I think that came from an old e-buggy I had, and it goes through these slots on each side. So then, okay, one thing that's very important is the box runs off 4S, the warmer runs off 3S. That's very important. Do not put 4S to your head warmer; it will burn it up. I know this by experience. Okay, so I use that's one thing I'm going to change, is change the plugs where you can only plug it in one way. So I'm real careful about it. I always pay attention and put the 3S on one side and the 4S on another. The 3S on the warmer plug side. So I put those under the strap. And strap them in like so. You see they get strapped in like that. They're very secure. So next I'll plug my head warmer in, make sure it's going into the 3S. Let's set it down. And then on the 4S for the starter box, I put it under the Velcro strap like so. So when you have it all plugged up, there it is. It's all safe and reliable. Good to go. So I'll put the lid back on. Screw it down. So now it's got a switch on the side. So I'm gonna put my car on here. I ran it yesterday, so it's pretty nasty. Just don't mind that. Sorry. Okay, so put my car on. All right, and on the head warmers, I use a ProTech RC 12-volt head warmer. You can use this on a power supply or a 3S battery. I just use it on a 3S battery usually. I don't think hardly ever do it on a power supply. So the first one I ordered caught on fire. And I did have it hooked up to the 3S. Didn't do anything wrong. It's just I don't know if the thermostat in it, whatever, it didn't like it. It right here, this piece started smoking really bad. They smoke a lot when you first hook them up, so don't worry about that. But this one, after a little smoking, after a while, it's glowing orange like a cigarette. And I had to pour took a water bottle and poured it. And I've tried using it several times, and it does the same thing every time. I don't know. I assume there's some sort of regulator in here that's not working right, or maybe there's something shorted out inside of it. So anyway, I contacted ProTech. This is like within 5 minutes of using it. I contacted ProTech and said, hey, I got a problem. And they said, okay, we'll send you a new one out. So they sent me one out right away, no questions asked. Very good. So I got another one, and it's been perfect, no problem. So you just you have your head warmer on, strap it down, and then when you plug it in, these XT60s fit real tight, so I just plug it in about halfway, so it goes in like so. That way, I've got it just in the side, so it doesn't get caught up in the wires. I cut the wire short, soldered the XT60 plug on there, so it's away from all the tires and everything. And so basically, you just hit the button, and it goes red, and it starts warming. And it'll go, I think, 10 minutes or so, or until it gets a certain temperature. I'm not really sure, but it goes just right. It's not enough. It's not super hot, like if you were trying to break an engine in or something. But it's perfect for taking it out to the pits. If you have to warm it up again, whatever, works great for that. And then turn it off, hold it down. The XT60 plug, you don't want to pull it by the wires, you pull it by the plug. That's why I don't plug it all the way in. So we always undo that, throw it back in the bag, and there you have it. So see, it's set up just right where the car stays right in place every time. It's very reliable. Now, as far as I keep just in case my wheel's about worn out. You can see some of the rubber's gone on it. I think a few times it might have been not lined up right or something when we drug it and wore some of the wheel off, and some of the wear is just from normal use. It still works fine for now, but I do keep a spare wheel and a spare belt just in case, because in the past when I've had different starter boxes, I have had situations where I'm at a race away from town or whatever, and the belt breaks or a wheel's won't work or whatever, so I keep spare ones. I don't anticipate that happening anytime soon, but just in case, I've got the spare ones, and when these wear out or I think they look worn, I'll replace them and just get another spare one. Keep the spare for just for that situation. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show my starter box. I know a couple of people, like I say, a couple of people have clapped out. When some people when they use a head warmer like this, they'll carry around the 3S battery. It's a nightmare. I thought the XT60 plug works great on the side. You get those on eBay. The part number is XT60E-M. I use that same connector for my starter switch. You may have seen that other video for that too. So, and remember, if you want a nice wrap, look up Jason Darling at BP Designs. He's got, just tell him you want one for an OFNA box. And the box, I don't remember the part number, but you look it up as OFNA starter box on Dialed RC Hobbies. And I think it's $70 or $80, something like that. I can't remember. But you can pimp it out if you want to. You can leave it. It comes blue. You can see the color blue it is, just like an OFNA box was back in the day. Very reliable box, and I highly recommend it. Anytime anybody asks, that's what I tell them to buy. And 4S battery for the starter, 3S battery for the head warmer, and that's it. So get you one, get yourself hooked up, and quit running those clapped out boxes that are unreliable and look like crap. Get with the program. See ya.